Hey, double dose of turtles this week. We're going to be taking a look at some new Playmates turtles that are hitting shelves right now, if you're fortunate enough near you. This is going to be a continuation of the Ninja Elite series line. We showed you guys previously Mikey and Leo that were based on the 1990 movie of when Raph dressed up. Oddly enough, the first wave didn't have the character that this was actually based on, but the second wave does, so that right is corrected here. So this time around we have Raph and Donnie in their fedora disguise. So checking out the boxes, exactly the same as Leo and Mikey. There's no difference in packaging from character to character here, and it does have that one picture from the film where they're actually in that costume, or Raph was in that costume rather in this instance. And that's really it. Just a couple of call-outs. Same with Donnie. A couple of call-outs from the movie. You see Splinter, you see the turtles, you see the foot, and that's really it. There's no other specificity to this box that it belongs to a particular character. It's the same description on both of them. These really just, the great thing about them is that articulation I showed you last time, and I'll show you again here. You're getting a ton of articulation. The coats do come off, so if you wanted to take them off, then you have a highly articulated 6-inch turtle. I think it's about maybe 6 or 7. We'll take a look at that too. So they're really highly articulated figures. They come with their standard accessories, and they also come with that soft goods trench coat and that flock fedora. But why don't we hop in and check these guys out? I'm going to start off with Raph here because he's the one I'm most excited about because he makes the most sense in this line that is based on the film, but the look is exclusively to Raph, which is kind of odd to have all the characters based on that look. He's going to be secured in here by a couple of cable ties. I could see holding in his arm, holding in his thigh, holding in his leg, so they don't make it easy for you. Again, I recommend having a pair of sprue cutters handy. That will help you get these without ruining any of the paint applications or weapons or the soft goods in this instance. So I think I got them all there. I'll see if I can get him to come out without a fight. The background again here is just the New York City skyscraper. So nothing unique to Raph. They all come with the same background. They all come with the same packaging. So it's consistency for one thing. Here we go. Here goes the Psy. And then we should be able to get him out of here. Yep, here we go. Oh, he had one more holder for his feet there. One of those rubber band things. All right, so we have the hat. And the hat again, and I'll show you in a close-up in a minute, has the sort of shape for the headband there. So it could go with the top here without conflicting and still give you a good sort of fit on the head. I mean, it's going to fall off if you turn him upside down, but it sits on there pretty well that it won't just fall off, slide off his head unless you push it. And it does it as I say it. But once you get it in that spot, it's not going to, well, maybe it will. it fits, there we go. It fits on there, so if you shake it, it's not going to fall off. But you just got to get it in the right groove. Now the weapon here is also rubber band into the head, or into the hand. So I'm going to try to get this off to show you. Yep, here we go. And they have those individual articulation in the hands, and I'll go over that in a minute as well. But he comes with his Psy, of course he does, he has to. I mean, they're kind of iconic for him and important. So he has his weapon for both hands. You could put the Psy in the hand here and fit the fingers around them to give you a good grip. Same with the thumb, that will close around it as well. He has that trench coat with the belt here that slides into the buckle, so it's a real working belt, and then it has Velcro seal. And we'll take him apart here just to see if we could see a holster for his Psy in there. So you have to undo your belt, and there we go. So yep, he does have the holster for the Psy in the front there. And I'll give you a nice close-up in a minute when we check out the articulation. You can see the really fine details on Raphael here. But that is essentially Raphael. He's sporting his design from the movie. A little different, he doesn't have the spots on him like they did in the film. So he's missing those to an extent, but other than that, he's a pretty good, I mean, really nicely made figure. A lot of detail on this guy, and I'm going to show you that in a minute to get it close. Let's also check out Donnie, where I got the boxes open here, and we'll see if Donnie has a sort of holster for his bow in the back, which would be pretty cool if he did. We saw that with Leo. Leo did have the holster for the bow. Mikey had the holster, but he only had, as I recall, 3 holsters for the nunchaku instead of 4. So it was like you could put 1.5 in there. It was kind of odd. I'm not sure why they did that. But yeah, so again, Donnie is secured by multiple multiple of these mini zip ties. I don't even know where you get these for really small uses. And then he is secured in his toe with a rubber band that goes between both feet, and then he'll pop out after that. So again, he has the fedora the same way with that groove in the top. I think they're consistent from character to character. There's no specific design. Fedora's got a really lively look on his face here. And I do feel a holster, and I see a bulge there. So if you wanted to, you could put the bow on him. So again, if you were to take these coats off, you could use these guys as just regular turtles that aren't in disguise, and gives you some more options. But why don't we check that out in a close-up and check out their articulation as well. So here they are up close. You could check out that great detail here on the fedoras. I told you it has that flock nature to it, and then that hole again that is sort of matching the headband to allow that groove to sort of fit on there neatly. And then you can see the inside where the holsters are here for the sai on Raphael with that great design on his face. I mean, all around really nice. You could see a lot of different points of articulation I'll go over in a minute here, and all those details that these could be just standard turtles in addition to turtles in disguise. I also like how you could grip the weapons a little better by moving the fingers around them here, particularly the thumbs for Raphael and his sai. For Donatello here, we'll actually take him out of his jacket so you can check out all the detail here. Of course, we have his bow. We have the fedora there. So again, you're going to have the belt that just kind of functions like a normal belt. So you just kind of have to put this loop through and then pull it apart. You get the Velcro jacket here. And then I like to just twist the arms back to maneuver the jackets off. I did that with Leo because you had to actually attach his holster separately. It was kind of annoying because there's holes in the jacket for the holster, but you have to do that separately. So condense the fist here to get the hand through the jacket sleeve, and get it kind of maneuvered around a little bit. There we go. And once you got that, that should just slide off with some difficulty. There we go. And then on the other side. So now that we got the jacket coming off, you could check out all the different points of articulation on Donatello. There's nothing special in the lining on this one here. So you can see that holster in the back I was talking about, so that you could just put the bow in there too. So yeah, I mean, once you take the jacket off, it's just a super articulated Ninja Turtle right here. So he has everything from thumb articulation to finger articulation, both fingers. He has movement in the wrist. He has movement in the double elbows there. And then the elbow joint, of course, is hidden by the arm pad. And then he has a bicep articulation separate from shoulder articulation right here. And two different ways for that shoulder, because that rotates this way too. Then he has that head articulation on here. Good range on that head. He has some ab articulation. I mean, the shell is going to limit how much you could do that, but he could articulate right here in the upper chest and the abs. Then he's going to have hip articulation. He's going to have thigh articulation that pivots on that joint there. He's going to have double knees with the knee joint hidden by the knee pad there. He's going to have ankle articulation, and it's going to move two ways. And then he's going to have toe articulation, both toes. So like I said, 32 points of articulation, ton of articulation on this guy. You're going to get a lot of movement out of him. Hand gestures, thumbs up. So all sorts of expressions, all sorts of movement, great center of gravity on this thing. It balances really well, holds the weapons really well because you were able to maneuver not just the fingers, but the thumbs. So you could really grip things here, have it open-handed as well, and do whatever you wanted. And then, like I said, underneath the outfits, they have their holsters and they look just like the turtles. So they don't have any restriction on there like you see with some other characters where it's built onto them and you can't take it off. This, you take it off and it's like a whole second figure. It's just the standard version. He's just coming with the jacket in addition to it. So you got some detailing on the shell there where you have some scratches, some battle scuffs and whatnot. So yeah, I mean, altogether pretty cool. Glad to have this guy in the line. Glad to finally have Raph in the line, who's actually inspired from the film and has that film look with the being in the disguise. So now we have all the characters in the line together, and it kind of completes the set of having your boys ready for a night out on the town. While I don't have a trench coat, I felt like I needed to join these guys in the spirit of the fedora and pop one on myself. You can see the whole gang here all together in their night out on the town kind of wear. They look really cool all together, I gotta admit. I mean, yeah, I mean, it was great to put all these guys in their trench coats while not in the movie. There was a scene in the cartoon where they're all dressed like this to go out. And I think they did this quite frequently, actually. It was just easy to fool people in the late 80s and early 90s. I did say that Leo's had holes in the back. I was wrong. I was confusing him with a NECA figure. And Mikey actually does have 4 slots for the nunchaku in the back. It was his storage cell counterpart I was confusing him with, so it's my bad. A lot of detail paid to these guys. They didn't miss any of that, so all the holsters are there. All the detail is there once you take the jackets off. It's a really nice, highly detailed turtle with 32 points of articulation. So these are very similar, both in size and sort of detail and accessories to like your Black Series figures or your Marvel Legend figures. They're that 6-inch scale as opposed to the 4.5, 5-inch that the retro Playmates figures are, the classic Playmates figures are. In addition to that, they're around the same price point or a little cheaper. I know modern Black Series is now almost $30 for a standard release. These are only $19.99, so they're at what classic Black Series or Marvel Legends used to be. They're only at $19.99 each. You can find them at Target, you can find them at Walmart, you can find them on Amazon if you're lucky. If we see any way for you guys to order these two specifically, we'll put a link to it, but I think last time I checked they were sold out in pre-orders. We'll see if they reopen them. But they should be hitting shelves right about now. I just picked them up at Target, so they should be hitting shelves very soon, if not already. So look out for those. Also hitting shelves, I saw a couple at Walmart, was the Movie Star Series Turtles, based on the 90 film. So those were originally, I think, like a 6-pack that was a Walmart exclusive. Now they're hitting as individual carded figures, so look for those as well. Also, the Mutating Donnie and Mikey are making their way to some Targets. I haven't seen them yet, but I have seen them online. So keep checking for those if you want that. The second I find them, I'll show them to you guys. But these are pretty cool and worth grabbing if you haven't already. They all have their holsters. They all have a 32 points of articulation. Take the jackets off, and you got awesome figures underneath as well. So definitely worth adding to your line. They're fun. They got a lot of detail on them, and I mean even the weapons got real chains instead of plastic. So yeah, definitely worth that price point, and definitely cool to add to your collection. So check them out. Check out our other review of Mikey and Leo. Check out our review of the other Elite Series figures that aren't the Turtles. So there's another line that is based on the cartoon, and Shredder and Triceraton were in the first wave of that. So they seem to be running a movie-inspired line and a cartoon-inspired line. We'll see what's next. I'm anticipating more announcements this fall. Of course, we'll be at Toy Fair, so we'll Playmates, so we'll see what they have on display, and we'll show that to you guys as well. That's all for this time. Like, subscribe, and follow for more Turtles videos and for more in general. And we'll see you guys next time.